Hello everyone, myself Dr. Vinayak Gandal from KMC College Khopoli. First of all, I welcome you all in the certificate course in direct tax. Dear students, in this course, we will understand the detailed provisions of direct tax and various tax treatments, return filing procedure. Before starting the actual course, we have to understand the overview of direct tax. So, in this lecture, we will study whatever points which we are going to cover in the certificate course in direct tax. First of all, we have to understand the taxation structure in India. Dear students, there are two types of taxes in India. First is direct tax and second is indirect tax. So these are the two types of taxes which government of India collects by way of revenue, and it is utilized for the regional development of the country. So direct tax is the tax which is directly collected from the person, or it is directly paid by the person to the government. And indirect tax is the tax which is indirectly paid by the person to the government. Direct tax covers income tax, wealth tax, property tax, which is normally directly paid by the person to the government. So we will study direct tax in this course. We will also study the provisions of income tax and a detailed procedure of calculation of income tax. Indirect tax consists of GST, which stands for Goods and Services Tax. Goods and Services Tax is came into force with effect from 1st July 2017. Earlier there was a indirect tax which consists of many taxes like sales tax, VAT, that is value added tax, sen VAT, custom duty, octroi duty. So there were many difficulties in old tax regime, and for overcoming these difficulties a new indirect tax regime came into effect from 1st July 2017, that is called as a goods and services tax. Popularly it is known as one nation one tax. We are going to understand only about direct tax. So dear students, direct tax consists of income tax, and for that purpose Income Tax Act 1961 is came into effect from 1st April 1961 and is applicable to whole of the country including the state of Jammu and Kashmir. And in income tax we have to understand various provisions of income tax, uh, tax calculation procedure, income tax return filing procedure. So these are the two types of taxes which government collects from the customer. Okay. In this course, we will understand various basic concepts of income tax. And even it is must for all of us to understand these basic concepts for the purpose of understanding the detailed income tax provisions and tax calculation provisions. So, dear students, there are various basic concepts like income, income tax, previous year, assessment year, assessee, annual value, and there are other many concepts which we are going to study in this certificate course. Okay. Also, we will discuss in this course the residential status of a person. Dear student, normally the scope of income tax and residential status of a person is based on residential status of a assessee. Means tax liability of an assessee is depends upon his residential status. There are three types of residential status, that is ROR, RNOR and NRI. ROR means resident and ordinary resident. RNOR means resident but not ordinary resident. And NRI stands for non-resident of India. So normally the tax liability is to be determined depending upon the residential status of an assessee. So in this course we have to understand a detailed provisions of determination of residential status of a person. For example, if a person who lives in India and earning money as a income, and if his income exceeds certain limit, then he is liable to pay tax. But his residential status is to be determined by considering the number of provisions as laid down by Income Tax Act. Or for example, if a person who is not resident of India but came in India and earn a certain amount of money, if his income exceeds certain limit, then he is also liable to pay tax but based on the his residential status. So whatever provisions of residential status are there, we will understand all these provisions in depth. Okay. In this course, we will also understand various heads of income for the purpose of income tax calculation. As you know that there are five heads of income like income from salary, income from house property, capital gain, profits and gains from business and profession, and income from other sources. We will understand each head of income and tax treatment of each head of income. For example, in case of salary income, we have to study how taxable salary is calculated and what are the various allowances available and what are the tax treatment provisions under the head of salary. For the purpose of calculation of salary income, there are many tax statements and provisions. We will understand all these provisions. Also, we have to understand tax treatment of our house property. So, taxability under house property is based on the annual value of the house property. So, we will study a detailed provisions under house property. There is a capital gain also. We have to understand various types of capital gain like short term capital gain and long term capital gain. We have to understand how short term and long term capital gain is calculated and how it is to be taxed. Also, there are many business funds and professionals carrying their business activities, and if their incomes exceed certain limit, then they are also liable to pay tax. So in the case of businessmen and professionals like medical practitioners, chartered accountants, tax consultant, doctors, engineers, those are carrying their profession and earning a money as a income. So they are also liable to pay tax if their income exceeds certain limit as prescribed by Income Tax Act. So we will understand the procedure of calculation of taxable income under the head of business and profession. And those income which not covers under these four heads of income are also covers under the head of income from other sources. There are also some provisions of income tax for calculation of income from other sources. So we will understand all the provisions of each head of income in this certificate course. Okay. In this course, we have to understand how gross total income is calculated, how net taxable income is calculated, and what are the various deductions available under section 80C to 80U, that is popularly known as tax saving schemes. So, dear students, normally each person who is going to pay tax always wanted to know various tax saving schemes for the purpose of saving of their tax. So, normally they are getting the advice from the tax consultant. So, in this chapter, we will understand what type of deductions are available for the assessee for tax saving purpose. So, we have to give advice to the taxpayers for tax saving schemes. So, we have to study a detailed provision of tax saving schemes in this course. Okay. Then we will also understand the income tax slab rates for the assessee for the purpose of income tax calculation. So, dear students, here there are various income tax slab rates under old tax slab and new tax slab. So from the assessment year 2021-22, there are two types of option which are made available for the assessee for the purpose of tax calculation. Means assessee has to opt either old tax slab or new tax slab, but which is based on the uh, his income. Okay, so there is a old tax slab rates there is a exemption limit of rupees 2 lakhs 50,000, means up to rupees 2 lakhs 50,000 there is no tax is payable, that is the exemption limit. And if our income exceeds 2 lakhs 50,000, then we have to pay tax. So income tax slab rates for rupees 2 lakhs 50,000 to rupees 5 lakhs, 5% tax is to be charged. Then from rupees 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, there will be a 20% tax under old tax slab rate. And if income exceeds rupees 10 lakhs, then 30% income tax is to be charged. And the new tax slab rate for the assessee, in this case the maximum exemption limit is rupees 2 lakhs 50,000, means there will be no tax if the income up to rupees 2 lakhs 50,000. And if income exceeds rupees 2 lakhs 50,000, then there will be a income tax. So from 2 lakhs 50,000 to 5 lakhs, 5% tax is to be charged. Then from 5 lakhs to 7 lakhs 50,000, 10% income tax is to be charged. Then 7 lakhs 50,000 to 10 lakhs 15% tax is to be charged. Then rupees 10 lakhs to 12 lakhs 50,000 20% tax is to be charged. And from 12 lakhs 50,000 to 15 lakhs 25% tax is to be charged. And finally, if income exceeds rupees 15 lakhs, then 30% tax is to be charged. So we will discuss in this module the detailed income tax slab rates and how actual tax is to be calculated. Even we have to understand which option is more suitable for the particular assessee from the income tax point of view. Okay. In this certificate course, we will also study the detailed procedure of income tax return filing. So, dear students, now there is a self-assessment system is available for the assessee. So, each individual can file his income tax return online. So, in this certificate course, we will understand the detailed procedure of income tax return filing. We have to understand various types of ITRs, income tax return forms, which is available to the assessee. Even we have to understand how to register for income tax and what are the requirement of registration for income tax return filing procedure. So normally each person need a PAN number, that is permanent account number, for income tax return. So we have to understand the various income tax authorities step by step procedure for login and registration of income tax. Also, we will study about form number 16, various ITR forms, e-verification, then procedure of filing income tax return, calculation of income tax, submission of income tax return, and the procedure of getting refund. If a person paid excess tax, then he is liable to get the refund. So we have to understand the detailed procedure of getting the refund amount from the income tax department. Also, we will study entire procedure of income tax return filing, that is called as online procedure, by using PAN number. So these are the various points which we are going to understand during entire course of direct tax. So by studying this certificate course, you will enable about how to file income tax return, how to calculate taxable income, and how to save tax by using various tax saving schemes which are available under section 80C to 80U of Income Tax Act 1961. Okay, thank you.